Thank you, Waves Dream, bro, for the sub. W the traffic, Waves Dream, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Fanny Pack Friday, and I gotta tell ya, I just feel super about it. Hello, ladies and germs, and ladies and therms. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mango Plus Cats on TikTok. Hello, everyone tuning in on the TikTok right now. Hello, everyone tuning in on the Twitch. Like Choco and ladies, come on. You've been trying to stream, so if I check my judge, you leave me alone. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, that one girl on the Twitch, and Nona, and Bamba Pow, and Choco, and IP Gnome, and Missy Melissa, and Peach Tardigrade, and Pedal Social. Thank you for the sub with the
I think.
ladies, come on.
What
You
the
see me
dog
trying to
doing?
say hi to the chat right now. What the dog doing? Hello, Sweet Mochaccino, and Daily Rose, and Missy Melissa, and IMBA, and Choco. Hello, everyone. Hello, Peach Tardigrade. Rhythm Heaven Border. Yes! The Rhythm Heaven Border. And hello, everyone on the TikTok, like Noelle, and Steph, and Ren, and Mango Cats. You guys are probably wondering what channel that I'm gonna be checking in on right now. How's it going, Munchie? It's going good. I ate half a California burrito, and I still have the other half right here if I get hungry. Chat, you might be wondering what the title of the stream was about. What channel could we possibly be looking at today that deserves such side eye? Let me see. Hold on. What channel could possibly deserve this type of scorn? Maybe this one. Oh no! Oh no! Hello, Bethany! Oh god, the Satan himself. Jesus Christ. Chat, it's been a while since we talked about this channel. She's gonna make us suffer with him. It has been a while since we talked about this channel, but every time I think that this channel, like, can't possibly still be on their bullshit, they're still on their bullshit. Found another way to torture us. What's going on? Deborah, we are going to take a look at what Jubilee has been up to. I would love a shout out. Goku Black? Cool. Melts like the Wicked Witch. Jubilee, I swear to God, chat, this channel started off as something that was cool. It was like a fun place on the internet. Jubilee on their shit as always. As always, Ren. It was literally like, oh, a cool YouTube channel and I could watch these cool videos. And to this day, they still have this. Look it. Turn the little Nintendogs music down. They still have this as their little channel header. Wait, aren't you famous? Where there's so few people in your live? IDK! I stream sometimes. People watch or they don't watch. Another banger to watch while I eat. And slowly became a dog whistle. Yeah, the channel slowly it started off another banger to watch while I eat. And they try to play into that like, yeah, guys. Just a fun YouTube channel that you guys can watch our videos and talk about it with your friends. Immediately, the video that you're faced with, MAGA woman faces off against young progressive man. It's a face-off. Let's see where these two come together and clash with a woman who has said that she would condone slavery if Alabama wanted it. I know you're not serious right now. I know you are not serious right now. Can't stay long. I have to work for free tomorrow with a family that doesn't love me. Sherlock? Ugh. I'm so sorry. Why does that say siblings are dating? Oh, cause... No! Listen. That's the thing. I can't wait to watch the videos that are like dissecting the problematic shit with this channel. But the siblings are dating thing is not for these two right here. These two are having a debate. The siblings are dating is because Jubilee, they'll do this political stuff where they're like, okay guys, let's get to the bottom of this. Let's find the middle ground between someone who thinks that people shouldn't have rights and someone who thinks that they should. But on top of that, they'll also try to do like, ha guys, siblings are dating. What a wacky video. Oh, can 6 X's versus 1 Oh, twins dating challenge. And on the same channel, they'll have Charlie Kirk versus 20 college kids, and they debate civil rights in this country. Debate, and it's one person only talking about their feelings and spreading misinformation. Exactly, Bethany Jade. The topic for today, Ezekiel, is this channel. Plan on taking my driver's test. Some advice next week? Do you have any advice? Bomb of Jaeger, I am not the person to ask advice for on your driving test. I've failed twice. Here's your advice for your driver's test. Don't drive up on the curb, because you'll fail immediately. So I saw this video. I didn't see this video. I saw people talking about this video, and I was like, there's no way. There's no way that there have Dean Withers versus a girl who said that she would accept slavery if Alabama wanted slavery. Some context. The reason I keep bringing that up. Let me find this. The reason I keep bringing that up, and I'm sure we'll talk about Dean Withers in a second, but this is the debate on Jubilee that they're platforming right now.
If everyone in a state wants something, go ahead and have it.
So if everyone in Alabama wanted slavery back, you'd be okay with that?
Sure. If everyone in the state wants it, go ahead.
These two, I swear to God,
something
have been like on each other's podcasts or whatever the fuck. I think this is like her show, but Dean Withers comes on. And I know it's supposed to be some sort of like clip farming, so you could just post all the clips on your socials and be like, look at how hard I owned this liberal snowflake. Look at how hard I owned this MAGA podcaster. But you just keep going on every single time. And you're framing it as if these are two equal perspectives to have. Like, who do you guys think is right? The guy arguing for people should have rights, or the girl arguing for slavery? Is it the just vote meme? No, it's the compromise. Mind you, slavery is still legal for convicts. Yes, mind you, the 14th Amendment does not apply to prisoners. People used to try hiding this aspect of themselves. Yeah! It's literally become so normalized that these people used to be laughed out of, like, the public forum for being like, oh, yeah, okay, you provocateur, yeah, oh, you would be okay with slavery being back. But it's gotten to the point where it's so fucking normalized that it's on Jubilee debate videos! I'm not watching this whole thing. I'm not gonna watch this hour-long I'm sure they'll have a little fucking highlight sizzle reel in the beginning. I'm not clicking that.
Democrats shut down our country. People lost everything because of that. How is that funny? What, people losing everything is...
Is this a fake opinion for content? Peachy Tardigrade, 100%. 100 million, drillion, gafrillion, dillion%. This woman doesn't actually believe the shit that she's saying. She's just rattling off all these talking points because she knows her little audience will eat it up and will subscribe and pay for all the whatevers. And they let her be on the opposite end of the table just so to frame it like, who do you guys agree with? It's rage bait. It is rage bait. And I'm obviously falling for it right now because I'm raging at it, but that's the point of it, is to fucking goad the audience into engaging with it and being like, who do you guys think is right? The guy who thinks that women should be able to vote, or the girl who says not? At this point, she talks to hear her own voice. She talks because her not talking means her not getting money. Sherlock, thank you for the hydrate emote. Grift like you've never seen before. It's 100% a grift. Most YouTube videos are like this. Hey, not most of them. Some of them are cat videos, okay?
Hilarious.
Spare me the fake outrage. You responded to that by saying, what's funny, Dean? People are dying. Moments after, in the last topic that we debated, okay, saying that this VA nurse deserved to get murdered by 12 shots in the back by a lawless ice thug.
Welcome to Face Off.
And I have to hold my breath before I, like, root and cheer for Dean. But he's literally right! He's calling out that this is, like, fake outrage and the whole thing is a grift. But are you ever gonna get them to concede that? Are you ever gonna have her or even the little moderator here? I'm an impartial judge on Jubilee. No! There's no point in it! Shut down the country when Trump was in office the entire time. Yeah. It's I'm a very heavy cat video watcher, based, and seals. I keep hearing Dean Withers saying if he had to choose a side, he'd side with the right. Is that real? Hamster? Oh my god. Yes. That video is real. It's taken out of context a little bit, but it's real enough to side-eye Dean Withers. We'll get into it later. These Jubilee things are such a waste. Yes, they 100% are.
Where two people debate 4 claims. 1 clock, no interruptions. Today, Dean Withers, a liberal political commentator and debater, faces off against Emily Wilson, a conservative media personality.
You! I'm going crazy here! You literally just said it in the intro. She's a conservative media personality. And you're framing them like they can have like an equal political discussion? She's a personality! She goes online and says these flagrant, provocative things for clicks and views! I'm going crazy here! I hate this, like, why are we debating human rights like it's pineapple on pizza? Yes. Yes. A single personality makes absolutely no sense. She's a face in front of a camera that says outrageous things so people will click on it. And to a certain extent, that's what Dean also does, but he looks for people like that, like this person, I forgot her name, so he can be the debater, the debate bro, so she can be like, yeah, you women, stupid. And then he goes, well, actually, you look ridiculous for saying women stupid because women smart. Good answer, nephew! Dean Withers is a grifter. Dean Withers profits on all of this shit. Sleeping with Salem's, thank you so much for the follow. Dean Withers makes money off of this. And listen, I don't hate Dean Withers, guys. It's an obvious answer, complicated, to make people click. Yeah, next Jubilee video, 5 cannibalistic serial killers, 5 vegans.
The clock starts now.
My first claim is Donald Trump's mass deportation is anti-American.
I can't. I swear I'm not gonna watch this whole goddamn video. What's the point of this? What is the entire point? Donald Trump's campaign is anti-American, and so she can go, oh, so it's un-American to care about it. It's fucked up. It's fucking not right to round up people and fly them across the country or keep them in a fucking camp forever. Ah! Oh my god. Do you have a Twitch? Yes, I'm streaming on Twitch right now. I think he means unconstitutional, because what do you mean un-American, son? It's an entire, like, spectacle for clicks. And, of course, Dean has, like, the right point of view, like, the correct point of view, but the whole thing is just a spectacle for clicks. At some point, liberals have to realize you can't debate human rights. It gets nowhere besides harming the people actually be impacted by. Yes! Exactly!
I would say the most American thing would be protecting Americans.
What did I say? That was exactly what she was gonna say.
I don't see anything un-American about it. People are crying at ICE for doing their jobs. They're intervening with ICE doing their jobs.
I'm going crazy here. Why is Dean looking at us? Yes, us like that. That's his whole shtick, is that he can be like a, oh, well, actually, human rights are good. I swear this is a normal debate. Like, why would I argue with a white person about why I have the right to live? No, it's literally, it's boiling people's rights down to, like, a debate, like a matter of opinion. And they talk about this for, goddamn, for 15 minutes? I'm not watching this whole thing.
Democrats are the biggest threat to children. And
the whole purpose is to taint the minds, to make people dumb and dumber and smart people anchored. The whole purpose is for Jubilee to get 1 million billion views and make money. That's what the purpose is. Stop following Dean Withers. Good answer, nephew! What is this clickbait sentence? Oh.
this country.
Democrats are the biggest threat to children in this country.
Democrats are the biggest threat.
That's literally... They described it when they introduced them. She's a conservative personality. So she goes in front of the camera and says these outrageous things to get people to engage and comment and click and make her money. And Jubilee has her on because they know that her being on here and spouting this outrageous, heinous shit is gonna farm a bunch of engagement for their video and make them money. And I hate that they're pretending like that's not their entire point of their channel. That is what pisses me off about the channel. Dean has gotcha moments about people's real lives, and he was still sitting there crying over Charlie Kirk. I remember when, yeah. I'm sure I'll talk about that. Making out this world, out-of-world claims to make money for personal gain with barely any knowledge on anything. Everyone go block Dean Withers. It's like this. I blame Mr. Beast. I blame Mr. Beast. No, I don't. I blame Jubilee. Jubilee is political Mr. Beast. But Jubilee is Mr. Beast in the sense that all they do is have these outrageous headlines. And they click farm and engagement bait because they know that's what's gonna make them 1 million, billion, trillion views and get everyone to engage with it and keep coming back. Ooh, I gotta watch this video on my break. He's so performative. I just can't like Dean Withers. Listen, I don't want to tell anyone here to hate Dean Withers. Okay. I appreciate if Dean Withers can get anyone like on the right track to not being dumb. I appreciate that. But yeah, I don't appreciate the gamification of civil rights debates. The literal, like, gamified, like, profitize people's, like, social justice and people's, like, political values. Mr. Beast ruined YouTube's flow, and I stand by that.
To children in this country.
So clearly the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you for your argument insofar as why you think Democrats are the biggest threat to...
She's gonna say trans. I'm not gonna watch this. I'm not gonna poison my mind because I talk about this for another fucking half hour.
Trump wishes he could be a dictator.
That's not... Donald Trump wishes he could be a dictator. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Well, but you poo-poo. Oh, me poo-poo? That's very professional. Yeah, me poo-poo. How about you poo-poo? And then the Jubilee... And then the Jubilee moderator in the background. Easy J Carlos, thank you so much for the follow. Dean, like, can you talk about real policy, actually? And the whole time, the Jubilee moderator in the back is like, I'm about to make so many... I'm about to make bank off of this video. I'm gonna link to our merch in the description, and this and this and that. It's obvious. Click
Illegal.
Yeah, I'm not watching this whole thing.
Trump doesn't really matter. Neither does Biden or any of these people.
You see, Trump doesn't really matter. She doesn't have any real stance on anything. She's here to platform herself. The sky is blue. No, it's not. Yes, it is. I saw the title of the stream and thought you were about the Penguin Zero. No, it's not about Penguin Zero.
I'm out of time to respond, so I can't. I'll be responding to that on my personal YouTube channel.
Of course. My last face-off claim.
But do you condemn Hassan? Guys, stop this! This debate is pointless. What we really need to know is, do you condemn Hassan Piker? Thank you, the entire political sphere in the comments.
Is Republicans
The mods over here licking the bills and stacking them while they debate over real people's civil rights.
are more trusted than Democrats to fix the economy and help working families. Okay.
Okay, well, to start, you're actually going to find this shocking. Same thing with a lot of the viewers at home. You're actually technically right. You know, for those that don't know, we both like exchanged prompts like the day before filming, so I knew what to expect here. I did some research on it. There's been a couple of polls.
I'm not watching this. Yes. People can believe that they want different, and that's why they voted for. Unfortunately, voted for Trump and won this election. Sorry, I like Dean. Bethany Jade, I think Dean, I like that he uses his platform for the most part to like try to inform people, like his Instagram. I like his Instagram that talks about like current events. Danny Bro 147, thank you for the follow. I feel like Emily Wilson is a nepo baby. Probably. I feel like she is. I can't say that on TikTok, but I feel like I don't need to say anything about her to assassinate her character. Literally, she holds no real beliefs. She just says evil shit.
If everyone in a state wants something, go ahead and have it.
So if everyone in Alabama wanted slavery back, you'd be okay with that?
Sure. If everyone in the state wants it, go ahead.
Did anyone even know Emily Wilson before this? Ash K! Unfortunately, you're right to say that. Did anyone even know who this girl was before Jubilee? This is probably like the biggest platform that she's been on. Because she has no like titles or background to even talk about. When they introduced her, they're like, she's some conservative personality. And Jubilee is doing this for profit, but unfortunately they're like laundering her image. That's what they do. They're presenting these points of view and these evil political beliefs as something that should be acceptable and on the same grounds as the shit that Dean is saying. And that's what's infuriating about it. And I'm so glad that there are people that are calling it out. Not enough. An internet face calling a nurse an unproductive member of society. Yeah, I'm guessing she said nurses aren't productive. Why do we need nurses? The internet is forever. This is bad. The internet is forever. She came on here and she already got 1 million views. That's literally the problem. Platforming these people makes it dangerous. Yeah. Let me see. I want to see Jubilee when centrism goes too far. I like this guy.
Welcome back to Jubilee. Today on our Surrounded series, we have one child.
Louis, do you watch hockey? Elijah? Do I look like... Actually, no. I have a favorite hockey player. I would have completely said no, I don't watch hockey at all. But I have a favorite hockey player. Her name is Kira.
Fans, I'm here post-game with one of the superstars from the Vancouver Angels. What's her name?
Kira,
How old are you?
6.5.
She's 6.5. How did you feel?
That's my favorite hockey player. That's all I know about hockey, and also the show is with the guys. But I need to watch people give actual critiques about that stupid channel.
Surrounded by 20 pedophiles. This child will be debating the position that he doesn't want adults to sleep with him, and these.
Okay.
You have the children on one side screaming, "Don't sleep with us," and then you have the pedophiles on the. He doesn't care about logic. We care about money, and we make money when clips go viral, and clips go viral when people say crazy shit. And I can promise you that in this episode of Surrounded, these pedophiles are gonna say some crazy shit. Centrism wins again.
Ooh, centrist. I'm so confused. Is this an actual Jubilee episode? No, this is. I'm watching this guy's video where he talks about the problems of Jubilee and centrism taken to an extreme. Ugh.
So that little skit that I just did was probably a little bit hyperbolic. I don't think Jubilee literally.
I'm sure they will make an episode like that. One day I won't. You know what? I'd be surprised if they don't have something like that. Like literally debating like the age of consent laws. I'm sure that's come up in some of their videos.
Believes that the truth always lies somewhere in the middle. Honestly, the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle between my hyperbolic sketch and them believing that the truth always lies somewhere in the middle. Centrism wins again. Anyway, I don't think I'm the only one who has been slowly feeling more and more negative about Jubilee as a channel over time. I will admit that I've definitely enjoyed quite a few Jubilee videos over the years. Like, the Odd One Out series is always fun.
Oh my god! No. No. I'm not saying that he shouldn't or you shouldn't, because I super fucked with Jubilee back then. I was in a Jubilee video years ago that they never uploaded. Stop. I have to make a TikTok about this. I have to talk about this on TikTok. Who is the meat eater? Who was here when Jubilee made the Odd One Out about the vegan, about who's not vegan? Oh, I have so many tabs, but I have to keep all of them. Listen. Jubilee vegan. I wasn't in that video. The video I was in never got posted. It was in one of these vegans try to guess who's not vegan.
What's your favorite candy? Name one.
Nerds, Sour
Name,
Patch
just name
Kids.
one.
Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, those aren't vegan.
I thought they were, but
Sour Patch
do they have gelatin in them? Okay. Maybe I'm not a vegan.
When this video dropped, the entire internet just literally went to war with that girl. Hold on. Jubilee vegan. Jubilee's low-key in the same category as that vegan teacher. Hold on. 17 million views.
Hello, good human. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Odd Man Out. What are we?
Okay, Brandon.
So
what
this video was like finding who's not the real
you
vegan.
eat for breakfast?
And the entire internet was like, this girl, Erin, how dare, she's so mean. She's so this. And I haven't watched this video in so long. But forgive me if maybe I'll watch the entire video and she's being rude. It's because she was like antagonizing this guy. Wasn't the Nina girl in a Jubilee video? It might have been. No, I think it was in Cut. Cut is like not Jubilee, but it's Jubilee. It's Jubilee in Washington, I'm pretty sure. They're not related. But the entire internet dogpiled on this girl. I wonder why. I wonder why they were so quick to dogpile on this woman, this like alt woman with short hair who's vegan. And because she was like snarky, and she was like, oh, so do you eat these? And she's like, okay, those aren't vegan. And all the comments are gonna be talking about, look, it was like a meme. Erin cutting off the guy for taking too much time and then gives her whole life story. who even eats a lot of people. The fact that they're vegan. Everyone like hated this girl. They hated her. It became a meme to say like, oh, that's not vegan. Oh, you eat this? That's not vegan. When the entire point of the video was to see the person who is not vegan, and you get the cash prize for kicking out the person who's not vegan. And the guy is literally admitting to eating these things that aren't vegan. They do purposeful witch hunts. The entire purpose of the video is for them to suss out who's not vegan. And if she's quizzing this guy and it turns out he's eating these things that aren't vegan, then that's not vegan. Sure, I didn't know it wasn't. Well, I guess you didn't know that you weren't vegan because you were still eating these things. Like she singled out the Asian man immediately, which was unsettling. Yeah, I'm sure I can watch it again and she's being rude to the guy and singling him out. But he's not vegan if he's eating this stuff, so I can't fault her for being like, okay, that's not vegan. That's not this. Because they're not. I didn't know that they weren't. You're in a video where people are trying to suss out who is vegan and who is not, and turns out you've been eating this stuff that isn't vegan. Stuff he was eating was vegan. She was wrong. She's wrong about that? Oh my god.
This morning I had buckwheat hot cereal, add almond milk.
I've been vegan for like 5 months.
Your favorite restaurant?
My favorite.
I go to Taco Bell all the time.
But I will defend if she wants to like get like on his ass about who's vegan. That's the point of the video. That's the point, is for the people to be like, I know you. You're an imposter, not you. Oh, you are this. He didn't know a lot of things, I fear. Yeah, because he wasn't like super completely like 100% down with like, oh, I know what this is vegan and this isn't vegan. And if he doesn't know the stuff, then people are gonna think that you're not vegan. You can have vegan food at Taco Bell, but like, come on. You're right though, it is the point of the video. That's the entire point of the video! And Jubilee will just like sit back and they're like, yeah, we made bank. We got so much on this. The entire internet is hating this woman now for the rest of her life. Wouldn't you want to do research before you participate? You would think, right? But they frame it in a way to piss you off. They literally include all of that shit, and they will selectively edit everything to get drama. That's the whole video. Saying Taco Bell whilst pretending to be vegan. You can get vegan stuff at Taco Bell. We did it, Pat. We saved the city. Definitely use her as an excuse to be sexist and blame her appearance. Yes! Yes, 100%! They knew... Either they knew and they purposefully framed it like that, or they saw and they didn't care. They know that people are gonna easily latch onto that and hate her because, oh, she's a woman and she has short hair and she's a vegan. Classic vegan stereotype. She's just so annoying, and they don't care because it makes them money. Cheese and rice. Oh, I wish they aired my episode. They knew she fit the alt stereotype, and unfortunately, they knew she fit the alt stereotype, and I'm sure that played into why they picked her to be on the video. That's why editing matters so much. Yes, vegans get bad flack for no reason. Yes, and listen, and they're still look, they're still cashing in on this. What was your video about? My video wasn't political. It was trying different spicy foods from different cultures. And it was entertaining because I can't handle spicy food, and I was crying and snotting, but they didn't upload it. But they're still milking that, oh, vegans are so ridiculous. One vegan versus 20 meat eaters surrounded. Guys, let's find the middle ground.
Do you think we should reduce the amount of pain that plants are experiencing?
Yes, we should. Plants matter. Hashtag plants matter.
You're not addressing my points. You are not addressing my points. You are deflecting because I literally backed you into a corner.
You can have sex, and it was unethical.
One vegan versus 20 meat eaters. Does this video genuinely help anything? Middle ground. Vegan versus meat eaters. Middle ground! There's facts and there's not facts. And the fact is that the way that we treat animals and harvest animals and slaughter animals, this shit is unethical as fuck. That's completely a fact. Here's a fact. Vegans are cool. You, not only do you have the right to only want to eat plants and not want to eat meat and animals, that's cool. That's awesome that you don't want to contribute to that shit. Jubilee is peak capitalism trying to sell us a solution to social issues, and it never actually works. I would pay to see you eat spicy stuff for a stream for real. IMVA, I did that on the what's it called? My streamathon for charity a couple years ago. Facts and then alternative facts. But no, literally middle ground. Fitness expert versus body positive activist.
Would you say
fitness expert versus body positive activist? What do you gain from that? What is the point? Fitness expert versus body positive activist. Body positive activist. You should love yourself. You shouldn't like hate yourself and how you look because of society's beauty standards. Yeah, but I was on The Biggest Loser, and I'm pretty sure that's her, Jillian Michaels. Yeah, but I was on The Biggest Loser, and I got paid to promote to Americans to have extremely crazy workout and diet plans so people can lose like 90 pounds in a week, in a month. This channel is the devil. This channel is Satan. Oh my god! It's not a right or left issue. It's a reality versus annihilation issue, but they edit out the reality. If Jubilee existed in the past, they would middle ground slavery versus liberation. They would. They 100% would. It's how they perverted the news to be entertaining. I have the VOD for that. Yes, I do. I do have the VOD for that. It should be on my Twitch. My mom was obsessed with Jillian Michaels, and of course she fell for the scammer that she is. I feel like they make issues that they know are gonna get misinterpreted. Stelbell, yes! Miss Waffles, thank you for the gift. Thank you for the root friends. Thank you for the likes on the stream, guys. I have conservative relatives that are less extreme than this.
that it should be against the law to discriminate against people based on their body size?
Unquestionably.
So why don't we see more fitness and wellness advocates asking for that?
I'm happy to ask for it. I'll ask for it right now. I didn't know that you thought I wasn't for it.
I wasn't allowed to have a ding dong. When I came home and I said, I want ding dongs in my lunch. You know what my mom bought me? Low-fat ding dongs. Maybe there's more to life than trying to lose weight. That's what body positivity has given me.
You have to love yourself. You have to invite love into the
point
space.
Of these videos
by looking at yourself in the mirror and telling yourself
is so that they'll go viral online and people in the comments will just spew hate. People will spew hate and be like, look at this, how dare they? Look at that, you want to eat food. Why is this even a debate? Exactly. Why is this even a debate? It's people that are like, can I not be hated for literally living and being in my body? Yeah, I might be bigger, but can the entire world not hate me, please? Didn't Jillian Michaels abuse participants? I'm sure she did, but yeah, Jillian Michaels was one of the coaches on Biggest Loser, that weight loss show where they get people that are like super, super big and try to see who can lose the most amount of time during the season. And that's not healthy. They're like, of course it's healthy to want to exercise and work out and like maintain a healthy lifestyle. It's not healthy to try to lose 30 pounds in a week. That's literally just sensationalized schlock. I feel like Jubilee and the Cut are ops. I don't know. I like Cut because they do less of this shit and more like Cut. I like Cut because Cut stays in its lane, okay? Cut will do that stuff like, oh, blind date in a box, or like, oh, playing a truth or drink with my ex. And Jubilee Jubilee will try to like pretend that they're in that lane, but then they do this outrage content farming schlock. Half the things they frame in debates are just not debates. Yeah. What is the middle ground to be gained from this? Let me see. Like 6 psychics versus 1 fake psychic. I liked those. I like those cool videos. Let me see. Go back to the guy talking about Jubilee. When centrism goes too far.
Series is always fun. 6 furries versus 1 secret actual wolf is...
I have to wonder why people go on to these Jubilee debates. Amina, Ermina, it's for like clout and outrage, and also they want to be like one of the people that's like I know, if I know how to shut them up, I bet that if I went on there and I said these cold hard facts to the other people on that side of the debate, then they would have to concede and they would shut their mouth and admit I'm right. They're not gonna do that! They're never gonna do that! That's never happened. Are you a wolf too? On all levels except physical.
It's an all-time classic. Rest in peace to the furries who died on that fateful day. But to me, it feels like over time, Jubilee is just slowly becoming more and more centrist in a bad way.
It is.
To be clear, I'm not someone who's like inherently against debates or is inherently against showing both sides of an argument. I think it can be good to try to understand the perspectives of people who disagree with you so you can then use that to strengthen your own opinions. If you choose to just
watch Jello Apocalypse stream, he's literally the same as you. Juliana? That's a great song. I've heard of Jello. He does the like ranking all the Disney movies or whatever, right?
Stay in an echo chamber and never listen to people who disagree with you. I think this can cause you to become stagnant and can cause you to stop gaining a better understanding of the world. However, the problem is if you claim that your goal as a company is to help people find a middle ground, then you can't be repeatedly putting reasonable people up against insane people.
Yes! Exactly. They're like their original tagline, it was like a radical empathy. We want to empathize with each other. You're having a medical professional versus people that peddle pseudoscience.
Is if you claim that your
hello Mina on the YouTube and Ellie
goal as a company is to help.
I believe the definition of clickbait masquerading as debate. Audio junk food meant to ride the controversy wave while masquerading as actual. Yes.
People find a middle ground, then you can't be repeatedly putting reasonable people up against insane people. Because if you try to find a middle ground between
Ready for date everything. Jello Apocalypse. I love his YouTube outro.
Reasonable and insane, in the middle, you're still gonna land somewhere that is slightly insane.
Yes! Oh my God.
And at this point, I don't believe that Jubilee's actual goal is to find genuine nuance and to help people try to understand each other more.
Of course it's not. The socialist versus capitalist middle ground, where they have a guy who is literally a fraudster, the Ty Lopez guy who sells the, here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini. Go back, show it. Would America be better under communism? Middle ground.
You cannot
Hannah,
say
Hannah, I don't want to argue.
You do want to argue. You wanted to make your point, so let me make it back.
Hannah,
and then you're going to try to say it's too spicy for me. No, I got you. Like, let me respond to you. It is not capitalism coming in and enshrining enslavement.
Capitalist side. I would argue it's definitely 5 million people starved to death. Our greed in a way that benefit the most people.
Yeah, I don't even think.
You have the guy. Oh, middle ground, capitalism versus communism. This guy is literally a fraudster. He has like 1 million charges of fraud. He's like frauding investors. He's the original. Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini. Do you remember that? Hold on. Here in my garage. Oops,
bought this here in my garage. Just bought this new Lamborghini here. It's fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills.
Yes, that's him. He scams people because he's a self-help guru. He sells his courses to be like, this is how you make money, guys. You gotta work hard. That'll be $50 a month, please. Communism is when no iPhone. Marx wrote it. Yes, it's insane. And they're like, this is a mature discussion. about economic theory. I'm going crazy. I'm going cuckoo. Jubilee is just Ben Shapiro Cook's college kid with epic facts and bad faith misinformation. Yes, 100%.
I think Jubilee's actual goal is to try to stir up controversy by creating viral moments by inviting crazy people onto their show, which then gives them more views and money. And obviously there's nothing inherently bad about trying to get views and make money. That's also what I'm doing in this video. But I do
a lot of these how to make money fast things or scams. Yes, 100%.
Believe that if your goal as a company is to try to promote nuance and to try to get people to understand each other more, I think you need to actually live up to that principle, and I don't think you live up to that principle by—
Have I seen their Incel AMA? But I have. I'll have to, hold on.
By inviting literal fascists onto your show. For me, the straw that broke the camel's back and made me now believe that Jubilee is operating in bad faith was their latest Surrounded video. 1 progressive versus 20 far-right conservatives.
This video is the perfect example of why that channel should not exist.
In this video, the progressive journalist Mehdi Hassan is debating all of these conservatives, but as the video goes along, you start realizing that these aren't your average conservatives and that most of them are literal fascists.
Yes, they are. I'm sorry. Hold on. Ryan Beard Productions? No, they are. I know you want to look like you have faith in people. Yeah, most people are rational. No, they are conservatives. They're fascists.
And when I say literal fascists, I don't mean that in the sense of like how people say that all Trump supporters are fascists. No, I mean people who self-identify as fascists. You have this absolute dork who openly calls himself a fascist.
I think you could say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
You have this dude who tells Mehdi to get the hell out of America, even though Mehdi is an American citizen.
I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like... I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why?
You have this paleo-conservative Kai who's friends with Nick Fuentes, and you have this dude who says that whites are Native Americans.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about?
And then they clap for that.
No.
What are you talking about? Whites are Native Americans.
Really?
So not only is this a debate against mostly fascists, according to Mehdi, he wasn't made aware that this is what he was signing.
Tips on how to grow on TikTok. Love your content. Javi Chum? Thank you. Consistently post stuff that you believe in and that you are proud of. That's my advice. If you want to post stuff, post something and then look at it and you're like, yeah, I fuck with what I just posted. And hopefully people will see what you see.
Signing up for. To be fair, that's not how this debate was sold to me. You can see my shock when they start expressing their views openly. So if Jubilee just wants people to see both sides and promote open, honest debate, then why wasn't Mehdi made aware that he was signing up for a debate with mostly fascists?
This is why I don't believe it's good faith to debate these people. I don't think this guy is I see what he's trying to say, but that's literally showing like that these conservatives are crazy.
And not only is this shitty to him, this actually decreases the quality of the debates. He chose certain debate topics assuming he was going to be debating your average conservative, but these debate topics don't work when you're debating fascists. For example,
but the more you upload this stuff, Jubilee, you're shifting the Overton window so that is the average conservative, because you are literally platforming, oh, look at this, we have one a liberal versus 20 conservatives, and then people look and they're like, duh, I agree with those ones over that guy. Jubilee is normalizing it. Yes, that is the average conservative. Yeah. And we've reached a point that is the average conservative.
For example, one of his debate claims was that Donald Trump—
They didn't GAF about what I said. They literally acted like I was stupid. Yeah, the moderator. Yeah, because the moderators, there's no point. There's no point in having these debates at all. They're not productive. They don't do anything. It's ridiculous.
Trump is defying the Constitution. Now, if he was debating neoconservatives who at least claim to care about upholding the Constitution, this could make for some interesting debates, where he could expose the hypocrisy of people claiming they care about the Constitution while defending someone who defies the Constitution. The problem is, these fascists literally don't give a single fuck about this. Fascists don't want to uphold the American Constitution, they want to abolish the American Constitution. They don't want America to
be fair, a lot of people want to abolish the American Constitution. It was written when people were allowed to own people.
Be a constitutional republic where you vote for your representatives. They want America to be a totalitarian autocracy where an authoritarian leader gets to make all of the decisions, which is what this dude openly explains when he says that he wants America to be an autocracy.
So you don't believe in democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you believe in?
Autocracy.
And he says that he only cares about voting so that he can vote someone into power who can then abolish the right to vote.
Who picks the autocrat?
Frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings were
Isn't that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that state.
And then no more votes afterwards.
Absolutely.
He cried because he got fired. Yeah, if he was smart, he would use that to try to pivot into a right-wing pundit career. Don't know if he'd be good at it, but...
So if your debate topic is that Donald Trump is defying the Constitution, but your debate opponents think this is a good thing, then this debate becomes completely meaningless. If Mehdi was aware that he was coming to debate fascists, he probably would have chosen different debate topics, like maybe a debate around whether or not authoritarianism is a good thing. But
even if he did, they literally would not have a good faith argument with that either. Because the entire point of these shows is like rage bait. It's like that tweet that's like, you can't have a productive... Trying to have these kinds of debates is like playing chess with a pigeon. Yeah, you can like win and make all the right moves, but the pigeon is just gonna shit on the board and fly away. It doesn't matter if, oh, you won. Oh, I gave way better, more coherent answers. This guy's awesome though. Mehdi Hasan, I love this guy. Everyone go follow this guy.
Because Jubilee wasn't open and honest.
Unfortunately, it's not going to be productive no matter how articulate and educated you are in these types of debate videos.
Honest with him, he was stuck debating positions that his opponents didn't give a fuck about. This would be like doing a debate where you try to prove that Jeffrey Epstein is a pedophile, but once the debate starts, you realize that you're debating a bunch of pedophiles who are fans of Jeffrey Epstein for this exact reason. So this is not only bad from a moral perspective, this is bad from a quality perspective if your goal is to make a good debate show. And also, there are just so many things about the format of this surrounded show which don't make it a good debate show in my opinion. Like making everyone have to try to run up to the chair to get a chance to speak, and people holding up these red flags, which is super distracting, and a lot of times they start holding up these red flags the second the surrounded person starts making a good point. So the people in the circle realize that they can completely derail the person in the middle anytime they start making a good argument.
Yeah, whenever they like start actually having a discussion, then they get voted out. But what you don't realize, he realizes it. What you don't realize is people like it because they tune in and they watch and they give the video 10 billion views and the channel makes money. And the channel has more recognition and they go viral on TikTok and on Instagram and on YouTube everywhere.
By just holding their flags
up. Do the moderators even do anything to make sure they follow the rules of the debate? Ashke, I'm sure the moderators just like step in if someone starts like cursing and ad hominem. Hey, you can't do that. Let's keep this professional, guys. I'm sure that's what they do.
So it creates this antagonistic energy between the people in the circle and the person in the middle, and it also creates an antagonistic energy between the people in the circle and the person from the circle doing the debate, because they can see that people start holding up red flags whenever they aren't doing very well. So basically this just creates an unnecessarily antagonistic environment for
moderators. Don't do shit. They just kick out the racists for Mehdi, I'm pretty sure.
For literally every
thank you, moderators.
single person involved. It makes the person in the middle end up hating the people in the circle, and it makes the people in the circle end up hating the other people in the circle. This is not a good environment for genuine debate and honest discourse. This is performative debate bro bullshit where the only way to really win is by trying to get a viral moment by saying something controversial before you get voted out. So honestly, I just don't think that this is a good quality debate format in general, and I think this takes a shit on the genuine good that can come from debate when it's done in good faith.
Unfortunately, there is no such thing as good faith debate on YouTube. There is no such thing. They're all just clout chasing, clout farming, clip farming. That's the entire point. They're not gonna have the Oxford University debate with Charlie Kirk. Hold on. Charlie Kirk delivers hard truths.
I'll give you £1,000 right now.
I'm not watching this. I'm not watching this.
Like, some of these people didn't even seem to care about the concept that Donald Trump is pro-crime, because they believe that the current legal system just works to uphold democracy, and if you hate democracy, then Donald Trump is probably going to need to commit a few crimes to overthrow democracy.
That's how far to the right I am. Do you understand my position?
So when I kind of guessed it when you sat down.
say, about obeying police, why would I give the authority to police?
So again, the fact that they didn't tell Mehdi that he was signing up to debate fascists made these debates basically worthless. Now, I think the biggest conversation that I've seen online after the release of this video is the question of whether or not
5 liberal middle schoolers versus 1 grifter podcaster.
It's good to platform debates with.
This is not a debate, it's just legitimizing disgusting extremist views, and it's incredibly dangerous. It is. It is incredibly dangerous! Why can't you stick to 5 vegans versus 1 non-vegan? Not debating the ethics of veganism, but
fascists in the first place. I think this is an interesting conversation to be had, and honestly,
Hold on. Charlie Kirk debated a kid at my university, my acquaintance, when he was talking about how he was harassed by homophobes and racists. Charlie Kirk asked why he didn't report the issue to police. When he said the police didn't do anything, Charlie said he deserved it. I'm not surprised, but Ty, if I could say one thing to your friend, it would be,
I can kind of see both sides of the argument here. Centrism wins again. I enjoy the content of this dude named Walter Masterson, and
whoa, Walter Masterson mention! Everyone go follow Walter Masterson.
He said this about the video. Hot take, the Jubilee video with Mehdi Hasan needed to be shown. People need to wake up to the fact that this fascist rhetoric is mainstream.
He's right about that. That's what I was
Hasan
saying. That stuff is mainstream. Like this guy's YouTube video being like, they should have told him that he was not debating with just regular conservatives. He was debating with fascists. That is your average conservative. That's how far the Overton window has shifted. I'm not saying that I liked old conservatives, but your average conservative now is still platforming all of this shit.
Needed to be shown. People need to wake up to the fact that this fascist rhetoric is mainstream. Stop trying to look away. So the argument for why it might be good to debate these fascists is that if you can expose to millions of people just how radical a lot of people who support Trump have.
The left a slippery slope. Yeah. The left is a slippery slope, guys. If we give people free tuition to go to college, what's next? Free healthcare? What's next? Free housing? The horror.
Become, this could scare your average person away from the MAGA movement. If you humiliate these fascists in the marketplace of ideas, this can help your average person see.
I'm not gonna say anything about this guy that is dressed up like a 1920s cartoon.
See how foolish fascists are, which
looks ridiculous.
Can help them end up moving to the left. And if you don't allow these sorts of debates to happen out in the open.
I miss when we had good conservatives like Ronald Reagan. No, literally! Back when old school conservatives, when all they wanted to do was fund groups across the globe. With weapons. literally, conservatism is that. This was the logical endpoint of conservatism. The state we are in today in America is not surprising when you look at its history. This was the logical endpoint, the logical progression from all the shit that we've been doing. Conservatism as it is today is nothing more than conservatism throughout history. If you look at any study of basic history, is genuinely idiotic.
Open, and instead you just deplatform fascists.
If
This
Kamala
can
won,
cause
we'd be at lunch. The state that we live in today as a country is the rational endpoint of how we've been as a country throughout our history, including when we've had democratic presidents. They've been definitely more beneficial to the average citizen, but all of the policies that democratic presidents have been supporting and all of our foreign policy and intervention across the globe and our military overstepping around the entire globe, this is the logical endpoint.
Them to go off into their fascist echo chambers and just become more and more extreme. Whereas if you don't deplatform fascists and force them into echo chambers, maybe they'll have an opportunity to interact with people who might disagree with them and eventually become de-radicalized. However, the argument for why you should not debate fascists is that if you allow them to spread this rhetoric out in the open, this can normalize this rhetoric as part of public discourse, which can just shift the Overton window to the right. Instead of everyone in society just agreeing that it's stupid to want to overthrow democracy and install an authoritarian dictator, now that you've given these ideas a platform to millions of people, maybe some people who are more in the middle might start thinking, maybe it actually would be better to—
If you were... I think I just ate some tinfoil. Yep, Damn it! Ate some tinfoil.
To have an authoritarian dictator in charge. And when you give these fringe fascists a platform to speak in front of millions of people, you can take someone like this loser who is completely unknown, and overnight he can become a far-right media figure. Now this dude who no one knew a week ago is gaining a bunch of followers on Twitter and going onto a bunch of far-right podcasts.
Literally! No one knew who this guy was before, and now you've turned him into like a micro-influencer because he went on a debate show on YouTube and said, "Are you a fascist?" I am! You should drink water.
Now this dude who no one knew a week ago is gaining a bunch of followers on Twitter and going onto a bunch of far-right podcasts and doing a fundraiser where he has raised over $37,000. Mehdi Hasan is already incredibly famous, and he doesn't stand to gain that much from going on this show. Maybe it'll give him a little bit of a boost in engagement, but for this fascist who no one knew about, this appearance has completely changed his life. So where do I fall on this issue? Well, again, I can see both sides of the argument, so
damn it, centrism!
I guess centrism fucking wins again! No, I would say that in my perspective, platforming these sorts of fringe fascists is overall a net negative. From my perspective, the whole purpose of debate is for us to use our freedom of speech to try to come to a greater understanding of complex issues. So if the purpose of debate is to use freedom of speech to discuss ideas, why would you want to debate with someone who wants to take away that exact freedom of speech? This dude says in his debate with Mehdi that he only cares about freedom of speech right now so that he can use his freedom of speech to get an authoritarian dictator in power who will then get rid of freedom of speech.
It's that that concept that's like, you don't sell illegal, dangerous, harmful substance at the farmer's market because obviously you don't want to make that available to the public. Why would you do that? The idea of the marketplace of ideas. If only we debate this cruel, harmful ideology, then people will see that it's cruel and harmful and they won't. No! Stop exposing people to this fucked up shit, because if anyone is like, that's true, maybe we should overthrow the democracy to install an authoritarian dictator, you have done a disservice to society.
The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions.
We need centrists versus libertarians so they can realize they aren't that different from both conservatives.
we can get the state that we want. But it doesn't mean upholding free speech after we win.
This dude is only debating because he has to. If he were in charge, he would probably make debates like this illegal.
Yeah, if he were in charge, he would deport that guy.
He wouldn't want someone like Mehdi spreading progressive ideas to millions of people. No, he would just throw Mehdi in prison. This all basically boils down to the classic paradox of tolerance. If in society you want tolerance, then at a certain point you can't tolerate intolerance.
Yeah.
It would be kind of like planting a tree that you know will then grow up to kill all trees.
Yeah.
And then when you refuse to plant this tree, people are like, what? Are you against planting trees?
Exactly.
No, I'm just against planting the tree that's then gonna grow up to kill all trees. In the same way, it feels counterintuitive to use my freedom of speech to debate someone who wants to take away my freedom of speech. If you don't like freedom of speech, then you don't get to play the freedom of speech game. So no, I wouldn't want to debate with someone who wants to make free, open debate illegal, just like I wouldn't want to play basketball with someone who wants to pop my basketball. However, of course, the counter-argument to this is that if you don't debate fascists, this allows them to spread their beliefs with no pushback, and if they can spread their beliefs with no pushback, they can gain power and then put their authoritarian dictator in charge.
If you just... if you don't let these people who are fringe, crazy dregs of society, if you don't let them into the mainstream, then they'll become mainstream. What if that happens? Stupidest shit ever.
So by choosing to not debate fascists, you've just helped them take power, and now that they have power, they're just gonna make debate illegal anyway. So it seems like when it comes to debating fascists, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't type situation.
No! Don't do it! Don't! Do not do that. Don't have the crazy guy from 4chan who has these insane beliefs debate you like you need to find some middle ground. No! Don't do that.
Which is why many communists would say that we shouldn't even have this conversation about debating fascists. What you should do when you see fascists is bring out the guillotines. However,
I can't even understand where we should be doing that. We should do that all
the problem with that is then how do you determine who is and isn't a fascist, who gets the guillotine and who doesn't get the guillotine?
Exactly. If being a flat earther wasn't such a meme, it would have died out years ago instead of people on YouTube grifting on it. Exactly.
And when you have communists on Twitter who label anyone who disagrees with them a fascist, you can see how giving them guillotine privileges could end very badly. So what's the solution to all this bullshit? I don't know, man. I'm just a YouTuber. All I know is that
I'm not trying to hate on him, but he can say that because he's a white man. They're not saying that he doesn't have the right to exist, but they do say that to many people they do debate. Yeah. People with privilege are always gonna have a privileged point of view.
the truth probably lies, say it with me, by sticking the head
to Anna Kasparian versus Pearl. Oh my god. Okay, I know it's bad to share all this shit, but I did laugh at the Anna Kasparian versus Pearl clips.
90% of disputed custody goes to women. That's not equal.
90%, that's a totally made up statistic. Where are you citing that from? How many women die every year during childbirth?
Not many.
This country has the highest maternal mortality rate of any developed country, so a lot of women do die as a result of pregnancy and childbirth, yes.
My brain is rebooting. It's literally like if this is what people actually like cared about, facts and like being correct and forming like opinions that are thoroughly backed up, these are how all of these debates would go. Pearl's mistake when she came to this debate was she wasn't prepared to do what every like conservative debater does and just spew bullshit and be like, yeah, no, it's totally the facts, and this country is da-da-da-da-da-da. And instead she was just like, I don't know.
This is painful, man.
Why don't you become my new favorite TikTok writer? Thank you, Miss Baked Beans.
Do you have any other questions for me?
Mind you, the crowd was trying to yes, the crowd was like, ooh, yeah, Pearl, you got this.
All right.
There's videos on the
You should
internet
see my
everywhere of
sister-in-law.
women getting their guns taken because they're not strong enough.
Are you just making things up? Pearl, what are you doing? Like,
Still
seriously.
shame debate is useless. That's why Trump does what he does. Yeah, if you go to a debate, if you want to be like a conservative grifter at a debate, you can never like admit that you've been proven wrong and be embarrassed because you look like an idiot up there. You just have to keep spewing out bullshit and keep saying lies no matter what, and never, never, never admit that you're wrong. That's what Trump does. That's what his entire staff does, administration. I forgot the abbreviation, but they never admit they're wrong. They just deflect and they blame everyone else, and they just hammer in the lie that they say, even though everyone knows it's a lie. And it's gotten them this far.
Seriously. Next question.
Next question.
I think I'm more of a feminist than you.
Sure. Go great. Congratulations.
Cause that's all she has is these little, oh, well, I'm more of a feminist than you. Okay. Do you have any, like, policy that you want to talk about?
This is the longest 30 minutes of my life.
At the end of the day, if no one in the crowd or real life became more progressive, this failed. Hedgehog, yes. I guarantee you that it failed. All the dude bros in that crowd that are like, yeah, you got this, Pearl, own her, own that lib SJW. They didn't watch this and be like, man, Pearl got her ass handed to her. Maybe the lib SJWs are right. No, they were like, that was funny, she totally looked dumb. I still believe in all of the stuff that I believed before I came in here, though. It doesn't do anything. She's such a professional. I've been broke down. Fire.
I'm going to interject again if I can.
Fire GIF, probably. A PNG would mean that it's static.
All right.
So Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks,
Oh,
literal
who's you? I don't want your 2 cents. I want my 2 cents.
Heads of everyone who disagrees with me in a guillotine. I don't have all the answers, but I do.
Go back. Basically every Jew believed it. No, let me see a Wisecrack video. I like Wisecrack. Let's have a little philosophy breakdown.
This episode is brought to you by Wild Grain.
Cool. Tell myself not to argue with closed-minded people and then go argue with my mom and sister, Luna! We've all been there. Sometimes it's hard.
Guys, recently,
Did
Jubilee
I see the ring
videos
doorbell?
have given us
I did.
some pretty special moments, you know? Like we had
Nutter.
Ben Shapiro
I'll
getting
pull it up.
served.
I've got a vagina.
I'm not interested in what your genitalia are.
Clearly you are. I mean, it's all over everything you make, buddy. I'm sorry.
Or Charlie Kirk
Right.
eliciting this reaction from our buddy Naima.
The smile is very creepy. Okay,
Smiling is creepy.
no, your smile specifically.
Got it.
And don't get me wrong, you know, it can feel great to watch these guys get their rocked by a bunch of amped up college students, but the price of this catharsis is, you know, less high level analysis like this.
I do think liberals have an issue with all these school shooters because they are liberals. They're usually transgender and they're always liberal, at least the past 10.
Or take this gem.
And I think we need to go back to shaming fat people. We need to go back to making fun of them. I mean, if I was president.
See, every time that they make these videos, oh, what a coincidence that they just happen to have these huge grifters that just spew hate and rage bait online. My family knows not to say something.
Hell, I'd put all of them in a fat concentration camp so they can concentrate on dieting and exercising.
And it's not just that individual bad actors show up and say wild stuff. You know, the channel's conversation starters often seem deliberately designed to aggravate tensions between the two diametrically opposed camps they've invited to, you know, find the middle ground.
Period pain is exaggerated.
Teachers with guns make schools safer.
I believe the earth was created by a higher power.
That last one was from their video, Flat Earthers versus Scientists. You know,
middle ground. Middle ground. Middle ground. What is the middle ground between flat earthers and globe earthers, scientists? What is the middle ground between three people who don't know what they're talking about and these people who have been educated for years? Oh, Munchie, low-key, you might want to be about... Yeah, I should. Hopefully they don't continue to talk about it.
The debate that the world really
globe earthers, yeah,
needs right now. And at least by my reading, the mere existence of this video in their middle ground series implies that there's a legitimate middle ground to be found between actual scientists and conspiracy theorists that think the world is flat. So
my brother is a flat earther conspiracy theorist who thinks we never went to the moon. Whimsy Dream Girl. That's probably very nice to talk about during Thanksgiving. What's up, Louie? Hello, mystery girl.
What's the goal here? Well, Jubilee claims...
Money! That's the goal. We believe in the power of empathy for human good. Ultimately, we aim to inspire people to embrace empathy.
To believe in the power of empathy for human good, and that they aim to inspire people to embrace empathy. Now listen, encouraging empathy is an admirable goal, but I'm not sure if the folks most in need of our collective empathy are those who think that God created Earth as one flat surface, or that fat people don't deserve to exist, or that all school shooters...
Yeah, thank God we can encourage them to have more empathy for them. We should show more empathy towards the people who don't think that the world is round.
That within every contentious debate there exists a magical type of middle ground, and that in doing so they end up validating extreme and hateful positions under the guise of open discourse.
Or the other shooting where Kyle Rittenhouse shot a bunch of people during the 2020 uprisings.
Oh my God. I'm
business. If you were a cisgender person, stay out of it.
Don't talk about guns.
Yeah, we're not talking about guns.
Okay, before we get into it, I wanted to tell you that the holiday season is here, and so it's time for you and me to start baking delicious homemade favorites.
Yeah. Peddle your products to make your money to have a living, so you don't have to starve to death. Good for you, Wisecrack. You make cool videos. Let me see. Let me get back to the... Let me get back to the thing that made me want to talk about in the beginning of the video.
My last face-off claim is Republicans are more trusted than Democrats to fix the economy and help working families. Okay.
Okay, well, to start, you're actually going to find this shocking. Same thing with a lot of the viewers at home. You're actually technically right. You know, for those that don't know, we both exchanged prompts the day before filming, so I knew what to expect here.
Pro dietitian versus pro shit eaters.
I did some research on it. There's been a couple polls done in the last couple months where actually, yeah, Americans do suggest that they have more trust in Republicans than Democrats for the economy. Like the Washington Post did one, I think, and that's what it showed. What my counterclaim would be here is that they shouldn't, because the Republicans are completely destroying the economy. The Trump administration has been terrible. Last year we saw the worst jobs report since 2003 if we ignore the 2008 recession caused by the Trump administration. We saw the most manufacturing bankruptcies since 2008 as well because of the Trump administration. Every single month in 2025 under Trump after Liberation Day, the imposition of all those tariffs, we saw less and less manufacturing jobs because of the Trump administration. We see a stagnation in the increase of real median wages starting under Trump. which was not true during the last 2 years of the Biden-Harris administration because
took
of
us
Trump.
3
We see a
minutes!
declining amount of real fixed private business investment into American manufacturers, and we have seen that every single financial quarter under Donald Trump's second administration after a boom in investment under Biden. I mean, everything around us seems to be getting worse. The odds of a recession are climbing high. Markets are terrible.
Okay, let's
Consumer
see-
confidence is at
let's
like
see
a
what
15 or 20-year low.
Professional, nuanced response that she gives to this.
And propaganda or misinformation.
Last night
And the GOP could do significantly better than they are.
Yeah, I looked last night and pretty much no matter what the outlet was, Fox, CNN, ChatGPT, Grok, it literally doesn't matter. They said across the board, U.S. citizens trust Republicans with the economy more. I think.
And there you go. Has nothing to do with what he said. He literally conceded that, yeah, unfortunately, people will trust that. They shouldn't because it's factually wrong. Yeah, well, I asked ChatGPT and Chat told me that I was right. So, you're stupid. Let me see. I might get taken on TikTok for talking about this, but for the person who said, is it true that Dean Withers said that he would leave the right, he would side with the right? Dean Withers side with the right. I have my problems with Dean Withers. I appreciate his... Oh. Live has been restricted for some audience. My live has been restricted for some audiences. Your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Reason, body exposure, and sexualized behavior. Body exposure and sexualized behavior. Obviously that's what's been on this entire stream. Was a bunch of bikini ads. Don't know when that happened, but thank you, TikTok, for protecting the people from my stream. Was it because the woman in the video had a low-cut shirt? Pfft, I wouldn't be surprised. No, if you use ChatGPT, I think you're dumb. Ty, I agree. Dean lied about being indigenous and nobody talks about it. Yes! Okay. I've already been age restricted on TikTok, so I'm gonna talk about my problems with Dean Withers on TikTok and on Twitch and YouTube. I'm gonna end my TikTok stream right now. But if you would like to see some of the problems that people have with this white boy, we are going to get into it. Him and Elizabeth Warren are related. Oh my god. Everyone, thank you for tuning in on the TikTok. Thank you, Miss Waffles, for the friends. Yeah, you can go and tune in on the Twitch or the YouTube, Munchie_Monk_. If you want to see people tearing that white boy a new one. I just got back. Sorry, Juliana. But I don't want to get taken down on here. So goodbye, guys. Watch Jill that plays games. Thank you. Goodbye, guys, on the Twitch exclusively. Now that they're gone. Ass, fart, shit, piss, fart, ass, boobs. Shit. Fuck.
Don't make that line be one between the left and right. Because if you do make that line fall between the left and right, I will side with the right. This is not about party lines. So don't fucking make it about party lines. Don't make that...
Bruh. Please don't combine shit and boobs.
Please don't combine shit and boobs. My bad. I momentarily put myself in the shoes of his wife. When Charlie Kirk got, Dean Withers had all of this fucking smoke for anyone that dared to be happy or comment on Charlie Kirk's assassination. How dare you? Don't make me choose that line between the left and the right, because I'll choose them every time.
There's something else that I'd like to touch on. Directly following Kirk's death, I said something that has been taken out of context and misinterpreted by people on both the right and the left. That being a 3-second clip of me saying, and I quote, "If you guys draw this line between the left and the right, I will side with the right." People on the right have taken this clip out of context and used it to promote the right, saying that I will be MAGA soon. I'm going to convert to conservatism, so on and so forth. Meanwhile, people on the left have been taking this clip and using it to push the narrative that I am a performative grifter who was MAGA 2 years ago, which is also false, that is now going, quote unquote, back to my roots after getting a little pushback from the left to continue to grift and to capitalize politics. First off, I think we should discuss the context of this clip. I said that I would side with the right on one specific point over the left if hypothetically the entirety of the left join arms in the open celebration of the gruesome facts of his assassination. This was
mother flubber! You motherfucker, you guys are gonna join arm in arm and celebrate this? How dare you? The day that Charlie Kirk died, anyone who was like, how dare you, you're gonna celebrate, you're gonna whatever. All you people, you do not deserve to fucking make a Charlie Kirk meme, to fucking laugh at a Charlie Kirk joke. Dean himself, like a couple weeks ago maybe, made a fucking Charlie Kirk joke. And he was like, I'm in on it. You fake demons, fake fucking people on the left. Fake. You're so fucking fake. How dare you? You're gonna laugh at someone dying as human life. Literally, you're gonna fucking laugh at the Charlie Kirk jokes now. And be like, what? What? I wasn't laughing at Charlie Kirk. How dare you, you fucking fake demon! You don't understand why people were laughing and shit. Myriapod, thank you for the follow. You don't understand why people were laughing and shit because you're not on their same side, because you fundamentally will never be on their same side because you're not affected by this shit. People that understand that fucking white supremacists want to put people that aren't the same skin color as them in fucking cages and put them in these concentration camps and deport them and shit and kill them in the street. Why are you expecting them to be like, oh no, oh my god, Charlie Kirk died. How dare this tragic loss of life, you fucking fake demon. He mourned more than Erica. Dean wishes he was Charlie's wife. Sniffling and bawling his eyes out. Oh my god.
A reaction to me seeing
now he's
people
kind of making fun of his... Yeah, Sammy Brook. He'll make fucking Charlie Kirk jokes online. Fuck that. Oh my god, that's so annoying.
The left doing this, but don't make that line be one between the left and right. Because if you do make that line fall between the left and right, I will side with the right.
Thank you, I am Blakely.
Oh, look, me being proven right that this is 100% a money-making game to them. People were so mad at me the other day when I said that, but I'm a reasonable man, so I'll
follow you on TikTok, I'm Blakey. Follow you. Back.
Don't make that line be one between the left and right. Because if you do make that line fall between the left and right, I will side with the right.
Oh, look, me being proven right that this is 100% a money-making game to them. People were so mad at me the other day when I said that, but I'm a reasonable man, so I'll take your apology over coffee and French toast. This is exactly what I said at the time about the Unfuck America tour. It is exactly what I said about the Chorus Creator scandal. This is a game to them. This is a career.
Oh my god!
These people.
He's Two-Face. He's the kind of person who would come into a safe house knowing he's been bitten by a zombie. Daily Rose. Yeah. Yeah, he would. Obviously, I'm not an expert on all of these issues, but that fucking Unfuck America tour that Blakely's talking about, that shit was all over my feed, all over my For You page. Can I even get into it now?
People are their colleagues in a profitable debate game. All of these people, whether it be Z Cohen in the Unfuck America tour or Parker or Dean, have profited handsomely off of their rivalry with Charlie Kirk. These people do not actually care about anything they talk about.
A justice argument where Soups wants to get rid of guns, but they say, but what about smoking and other bad things? You can't control everything.
They are not committed to anything ideologically. And you can see that in moments like that, they will side with the right because they fundamentally do not oppose the system that they claim they're fighting against. And that's what
Dean Withers, he would go into a safe house and hide that he got bit by a zombie. Dean, let me see.
To say the quiet part out loud. I will not be fucking surprised if a few years from now we learn that Dean Withers was nothing but a grifter. Now, I am not saying that when white men of privilege in particular...
Hold on. I can't even get into this. Listen. You can have all the problems that you want with that white boy, because Lord knows I do. At the end of the day, I appreciate his videos.
Dean Withers here. Yesterday there was a
people and get them on the right side of history. I appreciate that. I don't gotta trust the guy fully. I don't gotta trust and like that white boy fully. Dean Withers is a CIA plant. Gutter.
mass shooting at Brown University in Rhode Island, where a gunman fired at students, struck 11.
He's probably live right now, like debating some Trump supporter and being like, Trump is bad. Yeah, Trump is good. Actually, Trump is bad. Woo! But I like that he's on the right side of history for the most part. Sad they'll only trust and listen to a blonde white boy. Yeah, he's using his blonde white boy privileges to be an internet personality and whatever. But I'm not gonna sit here and say he's a grifter, because I know that for a fact that
Good. I'm gonna start off
definitely getting like 1 million hate messages a day. I know he definitely has like death threats and people trying to dox him and shit every single day in his comments and in his DMs, because people on the internet are fucking evil. And if he still wants to come on here and talk shit about Donald Trump, I appreciate that. Dean is two-faced because he doesn't have a perspective of living in a diverse area. Zesty Zadarin, yeah. I don't think he's two-faced, but like I said earlier, he's always going to come from a privileged point of view because we all have some sort of privilege, and Dean definitely has. Dean used to sell dropshipping courses. Really?
It's a very move on your part to keep avoiding Dean.
Then debate me.
People like
Let
you.
me on the mic. Let me on the mic.
Get Dean on the mic. That's the whole reason I came up here.
Thank
it's
you.
a move.
I'm still sad that, what the fuck was his name? Bryce Hall. I'm still sad that Bryce Hall chickened out and didn't want to debate Dean Withers, because that would have been fun. I remember when Bryce Hall was trying to talk shit about me because I said that. Bryce Hall said that he would do something drastic if Trump won, or if Trump lost, so let's go, guys. And then he was like, I thought you guys were supposed to be the We Love Everyone party. I wish that he did a video with Dean Withers and made him look like a fucking dumbass meathead. Whole lot of controversy. He had videos promoting him showing off racks of cash in his car. He's also young. I hope he's continues on the right track. Unfortunately, going on Jubilee is with that fucking Nazi woman. Motherfucker. Unfortunately, going on Jubilee and replacing your little rival, your frenemy, Charlie Kirk, with another fucking Nazi.
Well,
unfortunately, I don't think that's the right move with your career, on your journey. It's the right move for exposure. That's true. But he's just moved from having one person that he, like, keeps clip farming instead of it being Charlie Kirk. Now it's this Nazi girl that says, oh, sure, I'd be okay with slavery coming back if everyone wants it, whatever. And he can just keep farming clips where she looks dumb. But in the process, you don't realize that you're normalizing this and giving her a platform, too. This has made me realize a whole year has passed since this. Since what, the Charlie Kirk shit? No, that wasn't a year ago. The Unfuck America, yeah. He debated and platformed Nick Fuentes, by the way. Oh. Okay, Dean Withers, maybe let's stop doing that. Maybe if you're debating many Nazis, at some point, maybe you gotta realize that you're just giving these Nazis a microphone. Clip farming these Nazis is just showing clips of these Nazis to the general public. But people are not gonna acknowledge that. This is Emily Saves America. They debated 2 times. Yeah, the unfuck America thing. Who even is that? Like, that girl, I thought she was Tate McRae. They probably have the same views at the end of the day. Went on a debate with Nick Fuentes before and got mad at viewers for telling him that was bad. Well, he's a white boy. I do not know what to tell you.
And I'm like, those things do matter. A normal person does not put themselves in that situation. They did not just run up to them and shoot them. Obviously, we've both seen the videos. We clearly have different takes on the videos.
We clearly have different takes on the ICE videos. I think that the ICE people are domestic terrorists, and you think the truth, that they were actually just fucking trying to live, or were peacefully protesting, but, I don't know, I guess we can agree to disagree.
Takeaways from it, but in general, I'm like, that's what happens when you put yourself in very stupid, avoidable situations, and it's very sad. Happens all the time.
If anybody's mentally ill because of politics here, it's you. You're telling us that a man who lost his life was not a victim of murder, the officer was justified and we're better off without him, not on the basis of any legitimate claim in conjunction to the legality of the situation. You admitted to not knowing what justifies an LEO to shoot and kill somebody, but because of baseless conjecture. Like, Emily, we're doing it again. You're just sitting here telling me.
Yeah, you're doing it again. She's never gonna not do that. She's never gonna not just fucking poison the well with her fucking Nazi talking points and just pretend like she's being reasonable in this debate. She's never gonna not do that. And you know that because you've already had like 900 debates with this person. You're doing the same shit. Ah! I've only really known of Vic Fuentes, so I get nervous when I hear Nick Fuentes. Vic Fuentes is the lead singer of Pierce the Veil. Nick Fuentes is a Nazi podcaster. Don't know if this is true, but someone said she didn't know she was going to debate Dean on this day, and she tried to back off for producers forced her. Really? They're still platforming this fucking Nazi, even if she's getting clip farmed and shit. And now people know who Emily Wilson is more than yesterday. Because she has no shame. If they had shame, then they would be like, oh my god, I looked evil and stupid in this video. I should probably step back from the creator spotlight because I look fucking dumb. But they have no shame because all they care about is the money that they get from this shit. And if they genuinely believe it, then all they care about is the money and fucking putting minorities in cages. You know about the Whatever podcast? It's so awful. I do not know about that. I'm at dinner with my family for my dad's birthday. What did I miss? Silly Goober, we're talking about a fucking Jubilee and having their little Nazi videos. Why do people hate vegans? Because people are mean. That's why. Gen Z versus millennial parents. Middle ground. Gen Z parents? Holy shit. Good luck. I can't imagine having a fucking kid right now. Is college outdated? No. It's good to have an education, but it's hard to saddle yourself with fucking thousands and thousands of dollars of debt. That is the only takeaway, is that college should not be that expensive. It's good to have education. I don't know what the fuck the middle ground is going to be for that. Let me see. Millionaire or not a millionaire? Whoever was in that lineup, I don't know, fucking have a reasonable discussion with them. Leftist versus MAGA. Are Trump voters having second thoughts?
How much of Donald Trump's speeches were about the person he's endorsing, and how much was it about himself? That's what I'm saying.
99% about him, right?
It was all about, we got it.
Katrina MCR, I believe that there is more validity and more of a discussion to be had with that. Prisoners versus guards. Because then you could get into like the injustices in the American like prison system and the prison industrial complex, and how these guards will not actually be there to facilitate the rehabilitation of these people. But that wouldn't be what Jubilee focuses on. It's always the same people. Yeah, they fucking call back the same people every time. And if someone fucking is evil and gets clicks, they'll have them on every single time.
I want you to vote. I just vote for me.
I tell you.
Vote for me. Vote.
Either of you.
PDF.
I just said in general.
Sorry,
I just said in general.
I apologize.
I just
think
had to
that
get that out.
we're getting caught up in a low quarrels. There's a lot of emotions here. Let's all take a breath. I think we can all agree. Rich people bad?
Yes.
I don't know about all
not all of them.
circumstances,
Not
but-
all of them. But,
Alright, cool.
Yeah, not all of them. I like some of my rich people. Fuck this. You know what? No, not Hassan Piker. I just want to see the clip.
Dean got negative feedback and posted a follow-up to his stream. POC Twitter and POC Talk are just pissed at liberal debate bros because they've only used POC struggles as a talking point against people like
just show the
Charlie.
video.
Just to turn around, getting his entire political output. It was like commentators like live was worse. I mean,
God damn it! I didn't even get to see the video. Yes.
His wife and children were in attendance, dude.
Just raging about myself. Sammy, brother.
Imagine.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play a sad song. I'm gonna play a sad song here. Yeah, his wife and children were not there, by the way. And we're gonna raid Slayers playing Pacopia, guys. But to leave off the stream, we're gonna have this.
His wife and children were in attendance, dude.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for the subs, and thank you for everyone that followed from the
imagine.
TikTok. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
You know, imagine being a 12-year-old, you know, watching your dad fucking die.
Now it sounds like it's about Naruto.
Nobody deserves that. Not even Charlie Kirk. Nobody deserves that. His wife and children were in attendance, dude. Imagine, you know, imagine being a 12-year-old, you know, watching your dad fucking die. Nobody deserves that. Not even Charlie Kirk. Nobody deserves that.